Hey, it's Mr. Lum, and today we're going to be talking about Ohm's Law. So, first off, there was a scientist by the name of George Ohm, and he found a relationship between electrical resistance, current, and voltage. So, in the previous class, we talked about what is current, what is voltage, and what is resistance. And what Ohm found was that there is a relationship between these things. And what he found is that resistance is equal to voltage over current. Now, last time we talked about resistance, but we didn't talk about what unit resistance is measured in. So the unit for resistance is called an ohm, and this is the symbol for an ohm. It is the omega symbol. Now, current is measured in amps, or we can call it A for amps, and that's the symbol there. And voltage is measured in volts. So the symbol for current is I. And some people like to draw it this way as well. And you may have done these pyramid kind of things before. So this pyramid just helps you rearrange the formulas so you can see how it should look. So resistance will equal voltage over current. If you want to know what does current look like, put your finger over this portion of your pyramid, and maybe current equals voltage over resistance. So let's write that in there. So current can equal voltage over resistance, and that's your other formula. Now, if you want to know what does voltage equal, well, put your finger over voltage. Okay, voltage equals resistance times current. So voltage equals resistance times current. And so these are our three formulas. Resistance formula to find the resistance, current formula to find the current, and a voltage formula to find the voltage. Now that we have the formula, the three formulas, let's do a little bit of practice using these things. So we have three questions right here. Okay, the first question says the current through a load in a circuit is 1.5 amps. If the potential difference across the load is 12 volts, what is the resistance? One way of saying voltage is calling it potential difference. So that's a fancy way of saying volts or voltage. Okay, now how you should start every question is you should write down the current, the resistance, and the voltage, just like that. And if the question tells you one of these things, then fill it in. So it says the current through a wire or a circuit is 1.5 amps. So current is 1.5 amps. Okay. The voltage is 12 volts. Now, all we have to do is find out the resistance, and so that's going to be our question marks. Okay, we can write down our formula. Okay, and so it's going to be resistance, because that's the one we want to find, equals voltage over current. So then we're going to fill in all of our blanks. So resistance equals voltage, 12 volts, over current, 1.5 amps. Resistance equals, And you can use a calculator for this, but I would rather you not use your phones. But resistance is going to equal 8. Now, what's the unit of resistance? We have to write the unit. It's going to be 8 ohms. And I like to put a box around my answer. So the things that I want to make sure that you have for your question is like, what do you know? The formula with everything put into it, and then the answer. Okay? So what I want to make sure that you have on your thing is like, what do you know? The second thing I want is the formula. Third thing I want is formula with numbers. And the fourth thing I want is the answer. So we're going to do the next question. It says, first I'm just going to prep my question by putting down, what do we know? The resistance of a car headlight is 15 ohms. If there is a current of 0.8 amps, through the headlight, what is the voltage across the headlight? I'm going to use my formula. The formula I'm going to be using is, well, I want to find voltage, so I'm going to go voltage equals resistance times current. So I've done my formula. Now I'm going to do my formula with my numbers. Voltage equals 15 ohms times 0.8 amps. And so I'm going 15 times 0.8, and I get 12. And my unit for that is volts. Now I have my answer that I put in a box. Okay, last question right here. Same thing. What do we know? Current, resistance, and voltage. So a 60 volt potential difference means voltage, 60 volt is measured across a load that has a resistance of 15 ohms. What is the current? My formula is current equals voltage over resistance. My formula with numbers I'm a little bit running out of room here, and then I do my answer. Make sure your answer has the proper units. Okay? So what I would like you to do is now work on that Ohm's Law worksheet to get a little bit of practice on these calculations.